He's made good at least on one campaign promise to keep some of those jobs from moving to Mexico, managing to convince the carrier company not to shut down part of its plant there in Indianapolis. So is that going to do anything to win over some of his harshest critics? South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham joins us now live from Capitol Hill. All right, Senator, do you think anyone there is going to give him a break, some credit for this?
I hope so. He deserves some credit. And I would, if you really want to save thousands of more jobs, Mr. President-elect, get the Ex-Im Bank up and running. We've lost 500 jobs in Greenville, South Carolina, because GE couldn't get financing here in America, had to go to the French Ex-Im Bank, and they required us to move 500 jobs. So if you get that bank up and running, you'll save thousands more. But congratulations. Well done, Mr. President-elect. Good job.
Well, what do you think about some of the nominees that he has had thus far? Do you think those are the kind of people that will get things done, like address this Ex-Im Bank issue you're talking about?
I hope so. I haven't seen a name yet. I don't know this Treasury guy. I wouldn't know him if I met him. But the bottom line is the names on National Security, Secretary of State, the Fabulous Five, as I call them, all great choices. Mad Dog Madison, great Defense Secretary choice.
Well, we're still waiting on that one. We do think he's the front runner,
right.
But, you know.
Yeah, but if he is picked, he's good, and there are other names out there for SecDef that I think we could all support. So I think he's putting together a really good cabinet.
Well, let's talk about your colleague, Senator Jeff Sessions, who immediately, he's up for Attorney General. That's going to require going through the Senate.
Right.
And you've got Democrats there, some of them saying that they are concerned about his record. And I mean, I've got an email inbox full of people talking about what a terrible person he is. How do you think it's going to go for him in the Senate?
Well, I think he'll have one friend in Lindsey Graham who say he's a very nice person. I disagree with Jeff on some immigration issues and other issues. He's a decent guy. He's a highly qualified former U.S. attorney, great man, good character, will give good, sound legal advice to President Trump. I enthusiastically support him for Attorney General. I'm sure he'll do well at the hearing. I'll ask him hard questions, but he's going to get confirmed. Good choice.
All right, someone else that you may have some disagreements with about immigration, the president-elect. You know what a hard line he took with Senator Sessions right there by his side during his campaign, and a lot of people liked what they heard, and that's why they voted for him. Now I understand that you and some colleagues from both sides of the aisle are working on a bill that would give protections to people who came here as children illegally. They're here illegally, but they came here as kids. It's something that went all the way to the Supreme Court when the president used executive action to extend some of those programs. So now you want to draft something. Explain it for us, because listen, when I put this out on Twitter, the response, as you imagine, was mixed, and some of the words I can't say on TV unless I want to pay a fine.
Well, I hope you turn their names over to Santa Claus, because it's almost Christmas. Here's what I want to do. President Trump is right to repeal the executive order that President Obama issued. You can't just randomly pick people and give them legal status as president. That's outside the constitutional authority of the president. He chose to do that. These kids did not choose to come to America. They were brought here by their parents as little children. But is there an incentive for their parents to bring them here if they know they're going to get some kind of deal? Yeah, there'd be plenty of incentives if we don't fix this. If we don't secure our border, if we don't control illegal immigration, they'll keep coming. But there's 740,000 of these kids who signed up for this program that President Obama originated. Here's what I would advise President Trump to do. Set aside the executive order and urge Congress to give legal status to these kids for at least a few years until we can fix the problem overall. Here's my belief. Two wrongs don't make a right. It was wrong for Obama to do this, and it would be wrong for this country to take these 740,000 plus children, throw them back into the shadows after they've come out and told us who they are and where they live. And I think 75% of America would want to treat these kids better than throwing them back into the shadows.